Hello.
Can you hear me, Will?
Yeah, this is Pat.
Hey, what's going on, guys? We got Patrick, Tommy, and Raven on the air. Can everybody hear me?
I can. Yes. Can you hear me because I'm on a desktop?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, brother.
I can switch to a phone, but everybody tells me the desktop seems to be fine whenever I'm using it.
Yeah, it sounds great, man.
Cool.
All right, so we just got done blasting some Graves Next Door. We did As Heavy as Texas, and then we did the live track Bloody Nuns, because I'm thinking about the live show coming up, the Tennessee Metal Devastation Music Fest. Man, what do you guys what do you guys got to what do you guys think about that, man? What's going on?
Well, I think that it's gotten tons of publicity, tons of press. I think it's a throwback to the 80s of Satanic Panic and the PMRC, Parents Music Resource Center trying to ban stuff. And I think it's bringing back the good old days where you appreciate what people are trying to stop and take away.
Absolutely, man.
Hell yeah.
I think y'all have done a real good job at getting together with the community and working it out with them.
Thank you.
Yeah, it seems that y'all have done really good at that, because although there are some people, and there probably are still some holdouts and all that, I mean, you really did come to the table with them, and they did meet you halfway on a lot of stuff. So it's worked. You have worked it out, and that's kind of admirable, She gets some credit for that.
Thank you. We appreciate that. I don't really know, exactly what to expect the day of the festival. Like, I don't know, some people say protesters. I don't know if there will be. I know there's a few churches that are wanting to show up and hand out water. Like, I don't really know what to expect, but we're hoping for all good things and that, it goes well.
I wouldn't be surprised if something like that went on. I played a show once where some people were going to do something like that, and what they did is they actually agreed to be in a certain roped-off area, and they could hand out pamphlets from that area or shout at people or whatever they wanted to do. So while we were on stage doing our thing, not very far away from us, there was this group of people in a rope telling us how bad we were and how terrible we were. Kind of awesome.
Well, my cousin is actually the pastor of one of the local Pentecostal churches. And of course, he calls me up and he's like, we want to show up and we want to sell fried pies. I said, fried pies, huh? He said, yes. I said, so you're not going to be like, proselytizing and like, trying to spread the good word. He said, no, we're there to sell pies and love. And I'm like, well, okay, whatever. Pies and love.
I do like fried pies.
Right?
I like pies.
You had to get tie. Immediately, I thought of Bobby Hill going, I like pies.
I know.
Yeah, I'll start doing King of the Hill reference. Because I love that show. This is funny because Patrick, for once, I'm not the only Southerner in the conversation.
No.
Patrick is the one who's not got a Southern accent.
Are you making fun of my accent?
I'll have it. I'm in Atlanta. I grew up. I'm a Georgia boy. It kind of works out.
It does. Zach always laughs at me because he says everything I say, like love, sounds like it's 3 U's. Or if I say fuck, right, it's not just fuck, it's fuck. It's all very charming.
Just sitting on our front porches sipping mint juleps all day long.
Yeah.
Accents dripping with peaches and honey.
Right?
But yeah, that's right. Zach's actually from Phoenix, isn't he?
Well,
yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say. Well, I wasn't born there, but I did live there for a long time. So,
okay, yeah, I've read something about that.
But really, at this point, I've lived here in Tennessee for so long that I don't know. Like, I mean, it's.
You sound Tennessee.
Yeah. Well, I've been here a long time.
Right.
That's because he's been living in the house with me. You know, I go by Raven, but my real name is Marietta. And whenever I was in high school, I had this literature teacher. She was like Southern Belle as fuck, right? And she told me one day, she says, "You say your name wrong, darling." I said, "What do you mean?" She says, "It's not Marietta. It's Melretta." Melretta.
You know, I actually live in Smyrna, and the town next to me is Marietta.
Yeah.
And that's how we said Marietta.
Marietta.
Yeah, that's how it's said by a lot of people. Yeah. But here we are. So you got to listen to some Graves Next Door. What did you listen to? Bloody Nuns and what else? Oh, yeah, Heavy as Texas.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yep.
That song really got a lot of attention. People really like that song. We put it out, and they just glommed onto it right away. It's just, I think it's just because it's sort of a ongoing hypnotic riff. It's one of those songs.
It is, man. And when I first heard that song, when I first seen it, well, the name, you know, I was like, oh, hell yeah, man, these guys are from Texas. And I was listening to it, jamming it. And then, you know, I read into the fucking thing and whatnot and found out, no, they're from Michigan, man. So I got to ask, man, like, what was the story behind that?
Well, we were touring during the time, the first week of COVID, first 2 weeks of COVID. And we went down to Texas, and Texas is one of my favorite places. And we went down there, and we ended up getting kind of stuck on the road, and I got sick with the COVID. And we stayed at this really cool dude's house, Jason Hubbard, and the rest of the band stayed up partying all night. And I felt like I was dying in the other room, and there was this torrential rainstorm coming, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't sleep. And the rain felt like it was just going to come straight through the roof. And it was just like, it was heavy. It was a couple bad nights. And the day I just got up by myself and I drove around in the van because everybody else was bombed out from partying the night before. And I just drove around the area just figuring like, man, what are we going to do? You know? And I saw all these slaughterhouses, and it was rural Texas. I'd never been in rural Texas. I'd only been in like Houston and Dallas and the big cities and stuff like that. So it was a part of Texas I never really saw before. And I thought it was really cool. I drove out to Waco. I wanted to see like where David Koresh was, but I guess that whole thing is gone. And
no, we got to play next time we play there. We were going to go to that for sure.
Yeah.
I was there with a marker and everything. They just I just saw it on a YouTube. I'll turn you on to it later.
Yeah. So to me, it was just a really weird time because it was a time of uncertainty and a time like I didn't know if I was going to die or not because everything was new. You didn't know what was going to happen. And I was just like, when we came home, I got better in a few weeks, and my brother comes out with some riffs. And then the words just came. The words just came. I wrote the lyrics in like 10 minutes as I was sitting behind the kit, just like Tommy says, just droning out to that hypnotic thing. And I'm like, man, this song's heavy, man. It's just as heavy as Texas. And my brother's like, that's the name of the song. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that's what this song really meant. And we love Texas. Texas is one of our favorite places to play.
Yes.
And, so that's why it was special to us.
Well, it's a great song. We love it. That's probably my favorite one by y'all, but I love all of them, but I love that one. It's just that groove.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we were, I don't know if you were standing there, Patrick, but I think we were in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Our guys, can't remember if you were standing there, but we were coming up with extra lyrics for it.
Really?
Yeah, because it really lends itself. You just want to say, it's so easy to just say more about it. So we started doing words of all kinds for it. That's other stuff. That's another conversation. But yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, maybe we need to do like Heavy as Texas too. You know, like
there's a lot of things it's heavy as.
Yeah,
alternate versions.
Yeah, exactly. Back in the old days, when I was in the dim and distant past in Hallows Eve, in practice, we used to crack each other up by suddenly saying alternative lyrics, trying to crack each other up. So, Speak Free became Dumbass and things like that. So, so So we're waiting on a vinyl for Grave Next Door had to come out with. We came up with the single As Heavy as Texas, and then we came out with the video As Heavy as Texas a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
And then about 5 weeks later, the CD came out. That's the global release officially then, digital CD and everything. Unfortunately, because of the rise of the demand of vinyl, the queues got longer and longer at all the companies, not just the one I go to, but for all companies. And so 7 months became 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, and now we're literally having to wait about a year for the vinyl to happen after I turn in an order.
Man, that's
from
crazy.
Black Records. So it looks like from what happened, what was the date? I got to look that up. What was the date of Grave Next Door releasing, Patrick? Do you remember the date?
It was March 18th.
Oh, so you got a ways to go. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, okay, that was pretty slick. Okay, I remember what I did. Yeah, so all the bands that I'm waiting on right now, I'm waiting on like 4 vinyls to come in from 4 bands. Yeah, because what happens, you turn the order, it takes a while. We do the CD, but we have the promo period with all the videos and singles and all that. By the time the CD comes out, yeah, right, the order makes it where the vinyl ends up coming in about 6 months after your actual global release. And it's just a different format. And you basically have a re-release of a redoing of, it's just part of your whole journey.
True.
So that should happen probably in. I'm actually any minute should hear from those guys. It's supposed to be in queue for September. But here we are.
I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be great to hit.
It's going to be awesome
to hit the road and actually have that on the merch table. You know,
if they'll get it here, there's still about 6 weeks of shipping.
Man, that is just crazy. Can you believe how big vinyl has become? And
last year it was over. It went up in popularity, something like 627% increase.
Yeah,
yeah,
and now you got all these mainstream record labels and stuff that are re-releasing all the popular stuff, you know, and you got Walmarts and everything everywhere that are stocking it all over the place. So I guess that's part of the reason why there's such a long wait, right?
Oh yeah. So we did we remastered a couple of the Hallows Eve albums last year. They were actually done, and I wasn't really talking about them. They're actually done, I think, in February of last. Anyway, it took 10 months even for Metal Blade to have the vinyl come out. They waited until it all came out together, so we just didn't talk about it all year. But I had known about it for months. But with
I think there's a push for quality. And people are starting to really appreciate the quality and the art and the substantial. When you hold something in your hand like a vinyl and a record and it's bigger, the artwork is bigger, the vinyl is heavier, and now you have all the color variants. I think people are appreciating that more than just something that's a digital format on a CD or something they can download. People want to own a part of something, and it puts them closer to the artist.
Yeah.
And that's why I think vinyl has come back. They want to not only reach into the past, but they want to make it the future.
Well, there's a lot of different packages you can do with vinyl, and there's a lot of fun things you can put in the vinyl.
Yeah. I was just about to say that, like, I've noticed, you know, with a lot of records now that you buy, because of the size of the packaging, they can stuff all kinds of stuff in there, you know, like stickers and patches and, you know, Tom.
I'd encourage all the bands to put posters in with them.
Yeah. You sent me a fucking slip mat with your records, you know. Like,
Mine came with a 7-inch single, a slip mat, and a poster.
Hell yeah.
A sticker. What do you want?
I mean, you know, like you couldn't get that stuff with a CD or even a cassette, you know, like it's just it's definitely cool. It's cool that it's come back. I'm glad about it. I mean, actually, it never really went away. Like, it's always been there to a certain degree, but you know, it's just now it's like it's a high demand type of thing.
It's cool. Yeah, I don't think it's a fad or anything. But I think the other formats will be around. People say, well, CDs are going away. I go, no, there's always going to be people. There's people who seriously collect CDs. I'm not really one of them, but I make them for people if they want them, for the bands. And I think people are always going to want CDs, just like people always want cassettes. And I have known a couple of bands to even make 8-tracks.
Yeah.
Savage Master last year made an 8-track.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but there was a band that I just saw recently that put out an 8-track, and they put it on Bandcamp, and it sold out in like a day or something. It was insane. I was like, fuck. Yeah. It's like, you know... I
don't know if anybody's going to play it on anything, but it's cool to have. Put it in your of the band that you're a fan of, you know, and you say, oh, I have the 8-track, I have the hockey puck, I have the, you know, I have everything.
I'm sorry, you guys, this is so random, but I was hearing something like super loud, and I was like, the hell is that? And I just came to the front door, and there's a drunk man on a riding lawnmower mowing his grass in the dark.
That's heavy as Texas right there, huh?
That's awesome.
Heavy as Tennessee.
He has a little flashlight on the front of it.
Can we get some video footage of that sent in?
Oh, I need to try to. They've got candles lit all over the driveway and the porch, and he is just riding around mowing with a flashlight.
Where at? Across the road?
Yeah, you know, the trap house.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck? It wasn't that hot today.
Oh, my God.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. You know, we live in a very interesting neighborhood.
I'm trying to make videos over here. Let's go. What do you see? Film it and send me an MP4 of anything you see, even if it's 10 seconds. We'll probably use it. Crap.
I wonder if I can do that while I'm on the phone. I'm not very technologically, let's see.
I don't know.
We're really excited for the festival. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, man. I think it's going to be awesome. You know, you were mentioning earlier the PMRC, and that makes me laugh because I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and all the different places that I've been sending this news and stories and stuff about it, trying to get it, trying to get more news coverage and stuff. I was on Twitter the other day, and I was posting some stuff, and I thought, why don't I just tweet this to D. Snyder and see if he has anything to say about it. And he liked the tweet like several times, but he didn't say anything about it, so I don't know. But I did go ahead and invite him down to the show and told him, we need all the help we can get, man. So you never know, man. That would be cool.
You never know.
But yeah, it totally reminds me of, and that's what a lot of people have been saying. It's like it's funny because so many people from around the world in different parts of the country that don't live around stuff like this, that don't experience this, they're just blown away that this even still exists in this day and age. I'm like, oh yeah, it definitely.
I was a little surprised.
Yeah. You know what's going to happen? A lot of people are going to come out of curiosity, and they're going to have a great time, and they're probably going to get into the bands, and they're going to be like, this is really cool, and they're going to tell their friends. I can already tell that's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be a great time for everybody. Everybody's going to get along. It's going to be great. There's going to be lots of love. Hopefully they bring the pies. I hope they have blueberries.
The fried pies.
There seems to be some pretty cool vendors coming. Patrick, do you have anything special you're bringing for the merch table that particular day?
Anything special?
You got any new stuff that's unusual you're bringing for these upcoming shows? You always hear the most interesting shirts and things that every other third day I see you, you go, hey, we did this new thing. And,
I have some new hats that I'm bringing.
I
have some new like winter hats, not just the beanie, but the other kind where it's got like that fold over thing, like their traditional winter hat. And then, you know what? I was thinking of some skate decks because after that show, we have those 2 shows in Jacksonville that we're playing with you guys, and one is that really famous skate park,
Kona.
At Kona, yeah. And my brother's a skater, and that's you asked a question on Twitter today. Besides like regular stuff on a merch table, what's your favorite item? And if a band has a skate deck, I'm buying it. Not that I'm well beyond my skating years, but to me, that's art that goes on the wall.
That is cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's an interesting item. Yeah, I got all kind of stuff. People were suggesting black light posters, beanies, keychains with bottle openers, water bottles, and a couple of other things that were interesting. That's on the skateboard. That's cool. We're bringing for Tommy Stewart's Direwolf. I'm trying something I have never shared any. I just like to do art for fun. I'm not good. I just enjoy doing it, and I've never really shared it with people or shown it or even put it online or anything, except for the one album cover I did. So this time I decided. I said, okay, you know what? I'm just going to see how it is. So I started taking my records and gessoing them up and painting things from the songs and the records onto the record. So I'm bringing framed original paintings that are signed by me and come with an album.
Well, that's cool.
And I figured, I couldn't think of anything that would be more in touch with your audience than to actually have something that you made yourself, and there's only one of them, and somebody who really liked the band might take it home. They might like it, and they'd be the only one that has that exactly. That's I thought that was really getting in touch with the audience. So I was trying to think of some more things like that.
Man, and speaking of getting in touch with the audience, that's another thing that's really got me excited about this whole thing is like, and I keep trying to tell people because I don't think a lot of people actually understand, like, all the bands are going to be out there at their own merch tables, selling their stuff, shaking hands, taking pictures with people, meeting and greeting. Like it's like literally like every ticket is VIP pretty much. And that is so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah, every ticket's VIP. That's exactly a good way to put it. Yeah. Because, we're all together in this.
Is it going to be warm enough to swim in the lake?
I don't know. You never know, man. I mean, this is Tennessee. We don't know. Like, it could be 80 degrees that day, or it could be 60. I don't know, but
it's probably still warmer than Lake Michigan, man. It's cold.
Probably. To you, it'll probably be warm. You'll probably be like, hell yeah.
Yeah. It's probably warm here right now to you. I think it's, right here at night even. Because you guys, when I went up to play with you guys, it was just snow.
Oh, yeah, it was freezing.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking right now. It's 75 right now where I am at night.
Yep, 76 here.
Huh?
Yep, 76 here. And when I was looking at the extended forecast, because starting to do that every day now, kind of obsessing.
Keep up with that. I'm hoping it's a really good day.
Yeah, well, so far it looks like it's going to be sunny. Of course, we're a little bit out, but it says sunny, high of 75, low of 51 as of now. That's historic average.
Ooh, perfect conditions for a portal.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do some portals and nice ritual weather and all that stuff.
Hoodie, it's good hoodie weather too, man.
Oh, it kind of is. Oh man, I didn't even think of that. So now I'm gonna have to get out my old 15-year-old hoodie I bought for $5 somewhere that I've brought on every tour with me. It doesn't even look cool. It's just a plain black hoodie, but now it's become like a thing because it's always the same one I've had all these years.
My go-to hoodie is the Tommy Stewart's Direwolf hoodie that I got last.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. The quality is amazing. It's like,
oh man,
nice.
it is a nice one. I made some decent ones, and then they went so slow though, and I just went, again, I live in the South. We don't really sell a lot of hoodies and beanies and winter hats. And you're talking about winter hats. I'm like, I don't even know what you can describe it all day. I wouldn't even know what it looks like. We don't even wear clothes if we can get away with it.
I don't even own a heavy winter coat. Like, I get by with hoodies and cardigans all the way through winter.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Unless the only reason I have maybe I have one kind of a duster leather thing. The only reason I have it is because if I'm touring and end up going about halfway up north during the winter months, then I could wear such a thing. But here, no, not really.
No, unless it's just to look cool. I mean, I have a couple leather jackets for that, if I want to look edgy or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't really need it.
If you want to go to the next Judas Priest in July and wear your leather jacket, you can look cool, but you won't look cool, really. You'll
be dripping.
You will be dripping. And believe me, they've got fans on stage. They're not as hot as you think they are.
Right.
They've got fans up there. They even have little air conditioners and stuff blowing across the stage. And their clothes that look leather may not be as leather as you think. So
that's very true.
So they've probably thought of all these things when they're doing the bigger shows like that. And they've got it all worked out where they're not going to – we're probably way hotter in the audience than they are.
They probably look at us like a bunch of dumbasses.
No, exactly.
They're like, what's wrong with these people? It's like 100 degrees and they're out there passing out and shit. Take the jacket off, man.
So all the concerts down here in the summer, so you'll see everybody's wearing you'll see flip-flops and shorts and a leather jacket, and it's just all weird because somebody's winter from waist up.
Yeah,
that is weird. Hey, is Texas Roadhouse still going to be there with the food?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite places.
Well, I can't guarantee what all they're going to have there. What they basically told me is they're going to be grilling. So I don't know if they're going to have their full menu. I'm hoping they at least have some of those rolls for those of you that can eat them.
Oh my God, the rolls are amazing.
Yeah, I'm diabetic. I can't eat them. Don't be mean.
Are they yeast rolls?
All I know is that I can't eat them, and you're being cruel. Stop talking about rolls, man. I'm just kidding. I'm
not really supposed to eat them either, but they're rolls, rolls of the gods.
I can't eat them
either. They're evil, devil, portal opening rolls.
They're portal opening.
Yeah. How many times have you gone to a Texas Roadhouse, and you're hungry, you show up, and by the time you get your entree, you can't even eat it.
Oh, you're done. You're done. The salad and the rolls, you're done, man.
Yeah.
Or at Chili's with those damn endless chips. Sit there and drink beer and eat chips.
Yeah. This is the way I look at it is now you've got pies, you have Texas Roadhouse. There's going to be all these amazing vendors. To me, it's going to be like a literal party of going there. You know what I mean? So, I'm already stoked for the atmosphere where I know it's going to be it's going to be great. You've got this beautiful area. You've got that lake. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, in my mind, picturing it, when people say festival, on one hand, you can think wall-to-wall people and Lollapalooza and Bonnaroo and all that, but I'm thinking completely chilled out, spread out on the grass, smashing some barbecue, listening to music, wind coming off the lake, and just a bunch of friends, it sounds awesome.
What can people bring in? Can they bring in blankets?
Yeah.
Yes. They can bring blankets, chairs, their own cooler, so that, you know, you hear a lot about overpriced water and stuff like that. Well, people can bring their own water to this. Stay hydrated. If you don't want to spend money on food, you don't have to. The only thing that's not allowed for just normal people would be tents. Now, vendors can have them, but, you know, just to not obstruct the view, people can't bring tents. But they can bring anything else that they want, pretty much.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What are some of the vendors that are coming? You know, I'm taking a shot every time we say vendors. Makers look like
vendors. Well, we have one of my favorite people is a guy named Dustin who owns Smith Oddities, and I don't know if you guys have paid attention to like any of the pictures I post of my oddity collection, like my dead things and weird little sculptures out of bones and, you know, hearts from different critters. But that guy's going to be there, and he has really awesome stuff for people who are into that. And then my friend Sahara, she's an amazing artist. She's going to be there with Succubusy Art. My vegan baker friend, oh my God, best baked goods ever. So lots of food, lots of artsy things. You know, you guys probably know I'm pagan, and whenever all of this satanic panic stuff blew up, it's sort of like a lot of people within the magical community started wanting to come be a part of this thing too. So we have a lot of that going on, a lot of new age, sort of occult style stuff, crystals, you know, tarot cards, things like that. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to have kind of a metalhead hippie vibe. You feel me?
Yeah.
Sort of
like a Renaissance fair of metal.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like a fair, you know, like
yeah.
That's what I picture.
Now we need dwarves.
Dwarfs.
I always think whenever
don't even
when you said Renaissance metal fair, I thought of the old Men at Work. What was it? The safety dance video. Remember?
Oh my God.
And costumes also are totally acceptable. Like we're encouraging people to come out dressed up, you know, too, because I mean it's, you know, Halloween's right around the corner too.
Oh, so. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna. Yeah, okay. I see that as one of my kilt days.
Yeah,
yeah.
Even
Hell yeah.
Face painter that's going to be there.
I think this is going to be a kilt day for us.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
love it.
For me.
That's right. There's somebody going to be there painting faces too, right?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Painting like what? Like like all kind of stuff on faces, or?
Well, whenever she approached me, she said Gothic face painting. So, you know, I guess like Halloween themed, like kids or anybody, like any style.
That's cool. That's very cool. Gothic painting, face painting. All right, yeah, whatever.
Hold on.
Maybe Grave Next Door is going to play with our faces painted.
Sebastian has a request from the face painter. Who did you want her to paint you like?
Oh, what? I was trying to get myself dressed up as Eddie.
He wants to be Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Yay.
Cool.
Good.
Hell yeah.
I wonder if the face painter can do that. Yes, make him into Eddie.
That would be really cool.
Mostly, though, I think like some of the pictures that she showed, you know, like dark fairy stuff, like spider webs. You know, I'm sure she could probably do some pretty killer corpse paint.
Oh yeah. I like the dark fairy stuff. I love the old who's the artist? There's so many of them anyway. They do like Wicked, Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that.
Yes.
I love those things.
Pretty excited about it. There's also this other girl that contacted me today. She's a tattoo artist, but she's also an amazing, just, you know, artist in general. And I think she's going to be coming out there and trying to bring some prints. And then, of course, you saw that Amish Mike's Deadly Threads. He's going to come out of Nashville, and he's going to be sewing patches on vests and doing all kind of stuff while he's there.
A sewing guy. That's good.
Very cool. Is there going to be tattooing there?
We are not doing that because there's like this whole health code thing that goes into that. Yep. And then the insurance company, they already don't want to insure us because it's heavy metal. So they've told us we cannot have fire or anything like that that's extra.
Right.
Right.
We were going to have fire dancers, and they're like, no fire and heavy metal. That's just too much.
Did you tell them our music is fire?
Hellfire and portals.
We did a show in Chicago where the act before us was a fire dancer. It was awesome.
I love it. I really, really wanted that.
Yeah, as soon as they said no fire, I'm like, well, what about the barbecue, man? Like, you know, like they got to fucking have fire to burn the fucking hot dogs and burgers and shit, whatever else they're cooking. But yeah, that's okay. But like, I guess just people walking around with torches and stuff like that is not. It's not cool, but you know,
dancing with fans of them.
Yeah.
You know, I just watched the Woodstock '99 documentary.
Oh yeah.
No one's probably allowed to even have a candle anymore after that.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore.
Never again.
Learn your lesson.
Dude, that shit was insane, man. Like, what the fuck were they thinking, dude? Like, all those people with just like a few porta-johns and no fucking water. Like,
it was nuts.
Jesus, man. No, I mean,
when it happened, I was like, I remember thinking, I'm glad I'm not there, because it's not that I don't like outdoor shows. I do. I've loved a few that I've been to, but yeah, that one just looked nuts. I wouldn't have wanted to be at the original Woodstock either. It just looked horrible.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have been at the original Woodstock.
3,000 people in no bathroom. Put that in.
Oh, I had tickets to Woodstock '99, but I ended up having to give them away because I had to work. I'm glad after I saw that, I was glad I didn't go.
Yeah, I like a little more organization. I've had a good time at the Ozfest I've been to. I've been to a couple of Lollapaloozas, but those things all were organized pretty well.
Oh yeah. Well,
you know, really good time at those.
Yeah, Ozfest was awesome, man. Like they had the little water sprinkler things, and
oh yeah, that was awesome. Yeah,
they were just there. You know, it was very friendly and very. I don't know. Like it was. They definitely cared. It seemed like they cared about the people, and they wanted to take care of the fans.
Yeah, I had a good time at the Ozfest that I went to. I think I went to 3 of them.
Yeah. In Atlanta, I came down to Atlanta, too, for a couple of them, as a matter of fact.
Oh, did you? You were probably there then.
We were probably at the same one, too. Like I can't remember exactly which year it was.
I don't remember the years and everything. I remember
there was so many.
One of them had the main stage had, I believe it was Mastodon Slayer, Rob Zombie.
Yep.
Something like that. And I was, I know I was at, the 1999 one. What was so great? That was Black Sabbath.
Yes.
The 4 dudes, it is Black Sabbath, and they opened with the song Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just the first chord. And there wasn't anything fancy about the show. It was just a dead straight on, this is metal. We don't need a lot of crap going on. We don't need dancers. We don't need nothing. Just turn on the white lights and leave us alone. We're going to play. And they hit that first chord. And I remember I was kind of in the middle of underneath the amphitheater where the covered seats are, the first like 7,000 seats out of 18,000. And they hit that first chord. And I've been to a lot of concerts that I'd never actually heard the metal roof shake before. And that first chord, I heard stuff shaking above me all around. I was like, oh my God, are we going to survive this? But I remember that was literally one of the best shows I've ever seen. And nothing, like I said, wasn't any big choreographed thing going on. Wasn't anything about it. It was just them playing those songs. It was just awesome.
Gotcha.
It was perfect. And not that I don't like big shows. I love big shows. But there was something about that one that was just perfectly magical. I remember it was 1999. Yep.
That sounds awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, Oh, what do you guys think, or what do you want to say to tell people of what to expect on October 8th, man? What are you guys going to bring to the stage?
Well, okay, for Tommy Stewart's Direwolf, we're playing it like, from what I understand, about 3:30 in the afternoon, something like that. We're going to be playing next to, I believe, Gravehuffer's going on right before us. And so at the end of our set, I'm really excited that we get to play some Hallows Eve because Richie is going to join us. Well, we play at every show anyway, but it's this weird version with no guitar because we're two-piece bass and drums only. But we're going to have Richie Randall from Gravehuffer is going to join us on stage with guitar. So we're basically going to be Hallows Eve for about 5 minutes.
That's so cool.
I'm very excited about that. I really hope somebody's recording that.
Oh, they will be.
We've done it before. We've played shows with them before where Richie and us have done this before. We never actually rehearsed it. He rehearsed it on his own. We rehearsed it on our own, and we just stepped up on stage and went, "You ready? You got it? You know it?" He's like, "I think I do." And I go, "Okay, well, let's just go." We did it about 5 times, so this should be a pretty good time. Although we hadn't done it in probably a year, but I'm looking forward to that because for 5 minutes, we just get to feel like it's Hallows Eve. And I'd do anything to go back out on the road and be with that band and do that band again. Unfortunately, the guys have moved on, and we've all got other lives now, so that's not going to happen. But we can do it for a few minutes in my band. Tommy Stewart's Direwolf is bringing that.
Yes.
Black Doomba Records, we're going to have be vending as Black Doomba Records. My Tommy Stewart's Direwolf stuff will be part of the label, but we're going to have a label thing, so what I want people to know is I'm going to bring stuff from all the bands. So you're going to have a chance to get Holy Roller and Minerva. Grave Next Door will be there with their own stuff, so go see them. And we'll have Cult of Sorrow and just all kinds of – I got all kinds of stuff over there. We'll have shirts, we'll have patches, we'll have paintings, we'll have all kind of little stuff. We got what are those little things called that dugouts? We'll have dugouts. Black Doomba dugouts. If anybody wants one, they're there. We have all kind of like little junk. Oh, we also, you know what we started doing lately? The stuff that we've held on to for so long that there's just odd sizes of shirts, and they're the older ones. So we're going to have like about 6 or 7 shirts there that are newer ones. So we started making a bin we set on the side, and we call it's our $5 You Dig For It bin. And that's where you can find like, hey, there's nothing wrong with this shirt. This is cool. So there's CDs and shirts and just stuff in that $5 bin. So we've kind of got something for everybody. We got $5 things. We got a $15 shirt, got a $20 shirt, got a $25 shirt.
That is awesome, dude. That is awesome.
We're going to have vinyl with us. We're going to have CD.
Hell
and
yeah.
That's it, I guess. That's what we're doing. And besides eating barbecue.
So Grave Next Door, what we're going to do is we're going to do our best. We actually have some new songs, some new material that we're going to be showcasing there, along with songs off our album. We're the second band to play after Forever Broken, and so I don't know the exact times. I think I got the schedule yesterday.
I think you were like 2 something.
Yeah,
but that's not the festival opens at what, 11? So,
yes.
So like I was pointing out to the other bands, and like so when you're playing at 2 or 3, 4 o'clock, you're actually in the middle of the lineup at that point.
Yeah, so let's see, I got it right here. We're going to be playing at 11:45.
11:45.
Yep, 11:45 a.m.
Kicking it off. You'll be the first band at Woodstock.
No, we're
the second.
Second.
Yeah. Yeah, because Forever Broken is first at 11. So we're playing 11:45, and we're just gonna bring it. We're gonna bring our A game. We have I think 2 new songs we're gonna be playing, and we're just really excited, honored to be there, and excited to play the Tennessee Metal Devastation Festival. And we're gonna have a bunch of cool merch on our table, and we're just gonna live in the moment, man, and just be glad we're there and do the best we can, bring our A game.
Oh yeah, you got any more of those baseball jerseys?
Oh yeah, baseball jerseys, we got it all.
Well,
do you have any more of those plague doctors? I'm sorry.
What's that?
I was asking if you had any more of the plague doctor, and then Raven was speaking to. I'm sorry.
Yes, we do have the plague doctor. In fact, today what I did is I sat down. I had to do an inventory because we're going to be on tour for this. You know what I mean? This is one of our stops that we're going to be on tour. So I have to replenish a bunch of stuff. So that's we're going to be totally stocked up on all our shirts.
Well, we are super, super excited to see both of you guys. Actually, all of these bands, every band that's playing this fest, like, we picked because we're fans. So, we are just so stoked to see both of y'all, and we're so thankful that you guys chose to come and help us do this first year thing. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be great.
It is going to be great. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Above all, man, I'm just excited to hang out with everybody and just get to meet everybody and just I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this is going to be like one of those historic events too. Like, this has never happened in this little town of Lexington. Like, there are so many metalheads out there that have never seen anything like this, and they've always dreamed of and wished for something like this to finally happen, and we're doing it. And man, I'm just so excited that you guys are going to be a part of it, and we're all going to be there and just watch it happen, man.
It kind of feels like family, doesn't it? Because we've been interacting for the last 7 or 8 months online about this. We've gotten to know everybody. You know what I mean? We've gotten to know Raven, Zach. Even like when you mentioned Sebastian, I was thinking like, oh, how's his football been going? You know what I mean? Like, and when you get to meet these people, like for us, it's kind of reunion at Black Doomba Records. It's not just a record label. It's a family. And trust me, when Richie Randall of Gravehuffer, excellent guitarist, excellent guy, I mean, all the Gravehuffer guys are. But when he enters the stage with Tommy on Hallows Eve, with Tommy and Dennis, a magical thing happens. And we've toured, several tours with Tommy and Gravehuffer. And then what happens is, and Dennis, what happens is we're back together as a family again on the road. You've missed each other. Of course, it's business, it's work, but at the same time, you're part of the same unit, the same crew. And then when we get to meet other people like you that we're working with, I mean, it's a business that's unique unto itself, and you build these friendships and relationships in the community. So that's what it means to us. And that's why I think that people like metal, is because it does have that strong sense of community. And I feel that's what this is going to be, and that's what that means.
Well said. Yeah,
absolutely.
I see my friends that are on in other groups, or they're in Facebook. They're just in the music community. I've become pretty good friends with them. I actually see them when I go travel, and I think that's one of the best parts of the traveling. But oddly, I see some of them more than I see people that I'm friends with that live in the same town as I do. Because I stay in the studio in my house working on the label and working on the studio and working on sessions so much that I actually don't go out very much.
Yeah.
I see you guys, I like Grave Nick, like the Black Doomba bands, Holy Roller and everybody, and Grave Next Door and whatever. I see them more than I see people live like near me.
Man, Tommy, that is a good point, dude. And you know what? Like, the truth is, like, I talk to a lot of you guys, all you bands and stuff that I talk with, through my show and through all this stuff that we do, more than I talk to a lot of the people that I've lived around for years. Like, at this point, it's just it's.
I'm not avoiding them. I'm just busy.
Yeah, it is a very busy Busy lifestyle, but it's cool, man. I love it.
Oh yeah, we're always. So my wife got a little, my wife got a little sign. She went to like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something, and there was a sign that said, "I am very busy." It's just a square in a little wood frame. She wanted me to put that just outside the studio door. She goes, "Well, I hear that every day." So
Yeah.
And so now that's what you see when you approach the studio door. It says, "I am very busy."
That's funny.
We definitely need one of those for here. Zach and I, his office is upstairs and mine's down. And so we pass each other like 20 times a day getting coffee or all of that. But it's just grumblings, I got to go. I'm so busy. Or like, yeah, we both need one of those.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I have in the morning. I'm at work when I'm doing this, and I'll enjoy it. But I am at work, and I am probably back here doing stuff. I'd say generally from 7 a.m. till about 4 p.m. Unless I'm out on the road somewhere. This is where I am.
Same for us. Yep. Once we get the kids to school, yeah.
So a lot of people in music, they get off of work because they have their day jobs, perhaps, and then that's when they want to contact me at 7 or 8 or 9 at night, and I go, "Oh no, I've already had clam chowder. I'm laying on the couch watching Family Guy. I'm done."
Yeah.
I can attest. Tommy is probably the hardest working.
Huh?
I can attest that Tommy is. I stayed with Tommy for a week and a half when I was filling in for Dennis on some of the Tommy Stewart's Direwolf tour, and I had to learn the set and rehearse. He is one of the hardest working.
Okay.
I tell you what, to run a record label and do what Tommy does, like 3 a.m, this guy's up doing stuff until like late at night. He's always doing something. And
I get up in the middle of the night if I go to sleep at accidentally, say 10 o'clock watching TV, I wake up at 1 or 2 in the morning and I just kind of shrug and go, "Well, might as well do some work."
Yeah, no, he's a workaholic, always busy. I can tell you, I was like, I don't know how he does it.
I have I have a Google sheet, and on it I have a task list, dated, times, everything. And there's even days that I put aside 4 hours that's a filing day, and that's a day when I turn everything off and I'm simply doing filing, because when people are throwing all this stuff at you, here's our video, here's our dot waves, here's all this, that. Sometimes I don't have time to actually do it right that second. So I'm throwing everything into the download.
Yeah.
And then I come back and have to go rename everything how I've got to send it out to other people, and it just becomes a filing day. And everybody's like, What's going on at a record label? What's going on? I go, well, there's nobody on unicycles like doing Mad Magazine shit, running back and forth behind me, like partying or nothing. It's pretty much like walking into an office and there's some secretary going, filing, I'm going nuts, It's really not. It's very quiet most of the time. I do listen to music a little bit real low, but honestly, it's not usually metal. It's usually Shield Maidens or Wardruna or some type of drum.
What was it, like Viking war music or something you played?
I listen to that a lot, and you can tell it when you listen to my last album, Doomsday Deferred. There's a lot of influence. I listened to that stuff and really studied it, kind of picked it apart and like counted beats and figured out what drums they were using and looked it up and researched it. And I was like, I really like what's going on here. So if you go to my album, you can hear, that song that you appeared in the video, Patrick, of Indiscriminate Trepidation. Before I say it, it's so hard. Indiscriminate Trepidation. And there's 5 drummers in the video. Well, actually, I'm the only drummer on the audio. But in the video, there's 5 drummers pounding. But that was, you could totally tell if you listen to something like Wardruna and then listen to what I did there, you'll go, oh yeah, that's what he was listening to. Yeah, I love that Viking war music. Any kind of Northern European folk, I love that stuff.
Me too.
there's so much. There's so many different kinds. I could just go on and on about so many artists. They're so good. And there's some that replicate it too that aren't really. They're not really from Sweden or Norway or anything like that. But like in Spain, there's Trebard de Morte. Trebard de Morte. My accent's probably terrible, but anyway, The Work of Death. And they're from Spain. They're one of my favorites. I really like them.
I'll have to check them out.
There's a lot of people like that. This is so good. Anyway, when I'm doing paperwork, that's usually what I'm listening to. Now, when I'm up cleaning the studio and setting up some things and changing light bulbs and all that, yeah, I'm probably going to put on some things people have sent me or whatever. And, hey, can you check us out? I've got 2 or 3 people I'm talking to about signing right now. I've sent out a couple of contracts. I'm waiting on them to come back and ask for our meeting.
Ooh, that's exciting.
No, I've got a couple that I'm really was one I was on the fence about, but I think I really like the band. I really like their music. That's what always gets me, is that I'll love their music, but I'll look and they're like, somebody's socials aren't really all that, or they're not on there too good, or their socials are great and they've got this great music and this great artwork, but they don't play anywhere. And I go, man, you got to play.
Right.
So, yeah, I had one like that never played at all. And I was like, but I like the album so much. I said, just maybe. You know, and I put it out there and did all the good promo stuff and went through a promo campaign and did videos and, kept people interested and kind of made a tunnel of introducing the band to the world and then till release. And then when they released, it was like people just kind of went, and it's this great album. And when people hear it, they go, oh, that's really great. And I go, yeah, thanks for finally listening. Because, and those kind of albums, it's funny because like 5 or 10 years later, people are going, wow, man, this was great. We should have got, can they come play? And I go, oh, no, they've passed away now.
Fuck.
He waited 40 years. They can't do it now. They can't travel. They're in homes and stuff.
Yeah, you got to hit the iron while it's hot, man.
Yeah, because I get that all the time about the Hell Z thing, and I'm like, look, the band existed when it existed. You should have come then.
Hell yeah.
So
There's so many good bands out there, but some of them never want to tour. Or they never want to leave their little town, but they expect like a record label is going to come and sign them up and drop off a tour bus in their yard with a briefcase full of $1 million and send them on tour, and it's so realistic.
Yeah, I kind of capsulized that, but I just called that's a case of unrealistic expectations. And so that's why I look for bands that, because on the label, like as Patrick knows, I try to sign bands that are, and I talk to them ahead of time about they need to be consistent on social media. They need to be touring. They don't have to tour so much as they do need to be playing shows outside of their state as they can. I know people have day jobs and stuff, but what they need to do is work with the other bands on the label and network with them and try to do shows with them and gig swap and stuff like that. So if Patrick can, come down and do a show with a band we have in Cincinnati, then the Cincinnati band can come up and do a show with him in Grand Rapids. We can all swing over to Wisconsin. We can all do Chicago. We've had a couple of shows where I managed to get 4 and 5 Black Doomba bands on the same shows. And it wasn't a festival. I just got them on. We just worked it out. Those were awesome.
It always works well. It always works well when we do that.
Yeah, because you're all helping each other. And it makes so when you share each other's posts on the label, the cool thing, this is stuff I go over with the bands, and I and most of them do it. I say when you see that somebody's video is coming out, I send all the bands a message. I go, it would really be helpful, and they'll reciprocate if when they post their video, if you guys would post their video too. Look, our label mates have come out with this wonderful thing. So they're not just, how Facebook only hits 2 to 10% of the people that you do it on. So that are in your thing. And I go, yeah, but you know what? It's spread by 8 bands. Now it's a lot bigger a lot more people see it. So,
it's a statistic effect.
Yeah. And same thing with it. I mean, they could at least be liking it and everything. You're on social media so much. You're such an expert at it that I have to sit down and like literally make a point of going over all Grave Next Door stuff and go, okay, what's he got in TikTok? Let's see. There's 8 that I've missed in 24 hours.
Yeah.
I go like, and I try to, a couple of them might inspire me to comment. And then there's, you'll always have something on Instagram. There's always TikToks. You're a TikTok master. You're awesome. If
I had a driver, if I had like a chauffeur, I would own social media. It's just, I wish, John F. Kennedy said, I regret that I only have one life to give to my country. I regret that I don't give enough to social media.
That's pretty cool, but you're good on TikTok. It's took me a while to figure out. I'm not sure I really still get TikTok. I enjoy looking at it and scrolling through it and seeing all these crazy things people have done and what people do, but I agree. You really are only looking at it for a few seconds before you're on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. So if you don't grab their attention in the first few seconds, it's gone.
I think it's the premier social media, and I think it's crushing everything else. And Facebook and Instagram are trying to keep up and figure out.
You get seen a lot more. My views are a lot higher on TikTok than they are on anything else. And I just counted today. I only have 41 posts on there. And you said I had like 107K views?
Yep. So that means you've been viewed 41 posts. Been viewed 107,000 times. That means that someone has mentioned you in a video. They've seen you mentioned 107,000 times
in 41 posts. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
That's way more than the other things. I can't say, I don't know that I enjoy doing them that much. You seem to enjoy yours. You're really good at it. I like sharing yours too. But I don't think I really actually enjoy social media as much as just go, well, I do like seeing what everybody's doing that I'm friends with though. So I guess I like it.
I doom scroll a lot. I end up getting caught on things, and I'll just be like, wow, that's real. I like the short stories on TikTok, like the interesting stuff. Like, how Raven was talking about the oddities and our stories. I could watch that for days.
So when Raven goes on for Facebook, but see, Facebook sort of like that. You can tell a story on Facebook, unlike Instagram, which is more visual, and Twitter, which is just say a sentence. And then you're just saying a thing, broke a nail. So anyway, but Facebook has room for you to tell a story, and it's like if people want to read it, they can. If they don't want to, they don't have to. But you can tell a story, and so what I did is I designated my Tommy Stewart's musician page as the place where I'll actually elaborate on my music if anybody wants to see it. And I'll go into paragraphs. So my own thing, I kind of keep it short. Like Doomba, I keep it kind of relatively short. I just want to say something about the band. I want people to look at something. I'm saying, here's a video. Here's a thing. Hey, Pat, Grave Next Door is having a sale on T-shirts. Check it out. And that's kind of about all. I'm just letting people know there's a piece of news.
I'm pretty long-winded. I'm a long-winded Facebook person.
On your own personal, on the Raven one?
Yes.
Yeah, right. That's the place to do it, to tell your stories, yeah.
Yeah, long-winded as heck. But you know what I have found?
I read
is that when people feel like they can connect with you more on like a personal level, like as a human, I don't know.
Exactly.
To me, it feels like it really increased the number of interactions and stuff that I get because people don't see me as just, like a name on social.
Yeah.
They'll think he's human.
Well, that's what it's designed to do.
I know Patrick agrees too, because we've talked about that very thing, that he comes on and he talks to people like he's talking to his friend. He's talking to Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, like he's talking to his friend.
Yes, exactly.
Like he's standing in a parking lot with 3 friends. He's going, hey, you guys, we're going to be playing over at what was the name of the place? Skeletors or what?
Yeah, Skeletons.
Yeah, Skeletors or Skeletons. I don't know, but we're playing at Mulligan's, and he's like telling his 3 friends about it, except it might be 200 friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the algorithm, so like when you tell your stories, even though you say you're long-winded, but they're detailed, and what that does is that encourages people to put comments, right, in the interaction. So when the algorithm sees more than 5 words in a comment, then someone comments on your thing, you get pushed to the top, which means that the algorithm starts pushing your story, Raven, more and more and more. So, and that's what Facebook wants. Facebook is looking for who's going to talk about something that's relevant. It doesn't have to be relevant, but if there's interaction, Facebook says, this must be good, let's push it up. Well, that's why you're seeing more views.
It shows that people are actually interested in what you're saying. So you're having, in their words, engagement. And that's what they want to see. That's the purpose of social media, is to be social.
I know. And, it's so funny because I'm very social on social media, but I'm also the person that, I hardly ever leave my house unless it's to go fishing. I'm not actually a really big people person, but on social media I can be.
Right. Oh, my God. Are we fishing in that lake?
Do what?
Can we fish in that lake?
You sure can.
We're actually going to be there Thursday night.
Well, that is extremely cool. It's
there's a reason,
I know that your wife, Tommy, she had been interested in some of the places, that we take pictures of with like camping and fishing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So there are some lakes pretty close to there that I could show y'all that you would probably really, really love. Like Beach Lake is awesome, but it's more public.
Right.
But if you want to get out in the sticks and see like some of those really beautiful backwood lakes, there's some pretty close to where Lexington is.
Yeah, it could happen. We're coming in Thursday night. Well, we'll be there Thursday night because we'll be leaving, and then it'll put us getting there Thursday night. But we're using that hotel as a base camp because the next day we're in Nashville.
Oh, that's right.
So we will probably roll into Nashville kind of early, just to visit some things, and then we're playing at the Supper Club.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I love that venue.
Yeah, we might go in early and park and go see Ernest Tubbs record store and junk like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll drop by BMG and ask where my paycheck is. It's funny because the last time I went, I actually went over there because the Sage audio that I have used for mastering before is that their address is 2 Music Row, I think. Anyway, I went over there, and as I went around, I saw that they were where ASCAP, BMI, BMG, and there was my mastering play, and they were all in the same. It was just a circle, and I was like, everything's right here. I can take out the whole music industry right here. I almost went in there just to joke around and say, all right, look, I hadn't seen my check. Y'all didn't think I was going to show up in person, did you? Here I am. Where is it? But I did. I just pulled around there and fantasized about it and went on.
Hell yeah.
They do pretty well. They do all right. It was interesting to see where I actually get my little BMI stuff from. So anyway, there was, and it's not too far. It's like 6 blocks from the Supper Club. So we'll probably go up there and see some things.
Well, that'll be cool. So you guys have like a full weekend packed for it.
When we leave the Supper Club, it's going to be probably 2 or 3 in the morning. Then we got to drive back to Lexington. Ooh, we're going to get back to Lexington at 4 or 5, and then get up and be out there at 10. It's going to be kind of a shoved up schedule over that night.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We may do a lot of sleeping in Friday morning.
Yeah. If I were you, that's what I would do.
Yeah. We're going to get in town Thursday night, leisurely have a little something to eat, probably go to bed, probably going to be very boring in our hotel room, and we'll probably sleep late and then head over to Nashville, maybe a little early so we can see a thing or two, but mainly go play and get our butts back to Lexington and back in bed because we got a huge day at the festival, at the Tennessee Metal Devastation Festival. It's a mouthful.
It is, yeah. But, it's like go big or go home.
That's right. It's the Tennessee Metal Devastation Festival. Learned how to spell correctly. Devastation. I was doing it all messed up.
Is there going to be special T-shirts for this event?
Yes.
So we have a few designs that are for sale online that are more like drop shipping. And then we did order black and white versions of the festival T-shirt that will be at the event. We're not going to have a ton of merch because we really want people to spend their money on all the other vendors. But we will have some black and white shirts there, yes.
That's cool.
I know. I already know I'm going to get a couple of them.
Well, don't forget, online we have all the different color variations. So, if you decide that you want one, that's not just black and white, you can get one off the website.
Oh.
So there's those options too.
Yeah, I got to look on there because, yeah, man, I'd like that. Is it like there's the same shirt with all the band's logos and everything, but instead of white, you could order it in green or whatever?
Well, so the skull logo, it's all the skulls with the little like demon things in it. We're going to have a black and white one of that at the show, but online you can get the one that's kind of like white faded into like swampy green. And then of course we have the one there that has like the demon above the church. I did a few shirts that just have the festival logo on the front and all the bands and sponsors on the back. There's a lot to look at,
Yeah, I need to look at it. It's at .com? No.
It's at, it's a I think I shared it, but I can send you the link again. It's our Metal Devastation Radio Shopify store.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at all your stuff here, and I was trying to figure out, for anybody who might be listening, I was saying what it was, where to look, because I'm excited about it.
You just go to the website, go to the front page, and scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there's a big link to the shop.
I'm clicking it, Metal Devastation.
Yeah.
Live every Friday night. New promo, Vindicator going down. Oh, Sheen. I'm not saying it at the very bottom, but you're saying it's on there.
Yeah, at the very bottom, there's like a big picture of a back patch, and it's got.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Check out our brand new merch store. There you go.
Yep.
See that Triptychon patch.
And if when you go to the merch store, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see a collection down there that says for the fest.
Hell yeah! Now I'm looking at all this. Well, anybody who's listening, check this out. Staff.
Yeah, that's for the radio station. But if you scroll to the bottom, there's a collection that says the Music Fest on it, and that's got all of the stuff that we've made special for the festival. Of course, all of this is drop ship. We apologize. It's a little bit more expensive than usual, but we're like really not making a profit on any of this. They just, how that works.
I'm pretty sure I want to wear these Devastation casual leggings here. I can see me wearing that with my kilt. That'll be something else. Nobody will ever forget that.
Yeah, you should totally do that. Well, there's a dress too. You should
just the leggings and nothing else.
That'd be awesome. Or get you that T-shirt dress, Tommy.
Where's the T-shirt? Wait, designing ideal. I see the racerback tank. Those are cool. Laura might like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is cool.
Yeah.
Stuff. Oh yeah. The dress thing is right next to it. T-shirt dress. I'll wear it if you will, Patrick.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't have a figure for that. I don't have a figure for that.
You can wear the cropped tee with your kilt, the cropped T-shirt.
Right on.
Tommy, what's worn under your kilt?
Well, you know
what the answer is?
Why did you ask me that? There's someone who asked.
Because the answer is nothing's worn under this kilt. It's working quite well.
I told him to have a look.
Yeah.
And he did. So, but as he looked, he took a little peek, and as he looked, I can tell you, it was gruesome. It was gruesome. And as he looked, it grew some more.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't be telling Zach shit like this. I'm going to have to hear this all the time now.
I see kilts being worn more and more by everybody all the time now. I mean, people like court businesses, you know what I mean? Like kilts are becoming like a really popular thing again.
Well, I'm here for it. You know, Scottish. I'm like all kinds of Scottish. My oldest son's name is actually Scotland. So we're all about the kilts.
Yeah, my family's tartan is kind of ugly, so I don't have it.
Oh no! Are you in the red and blue family, or are you like us? Yeah. Well, I'm a Campbell, so we're the blue and green.
Yeah. I went. That's crazy. I went to Campbell High School, but anyway, yeah. I know the Stewart one's just horrible. So, but I do have a black utility, a general utility one, and occasionally. So I've had it on occasionally, and it's just kind of a nod to my. You should see my ancestor DNA thing. I'm like, there's only like 9 of us in the United States.
Oh, wow.
I don't have a big spread in mine. You know how it'll show, you'll have people that have the circles will show you all over the place and 3 or 4 different things in the U.S. Mine doesn't. Mine has everything concentrated in northern England, southern Scotland, a little bit in Iceland, a little bit of 15 or 14 point something % is on the west coast of Norway. But mine's everything is the British Isles, a touch of Norway, and a touch of Iceland.
So you're like me, and you're basically extremely white. I am so
we're
white.
The lost family. We're the lost family. There's one little dot of us in Atlanta, and that's me. There's one little dot, there's like 4 little dots in the South, and I know who those are. And literally, there's 9 people with my DNA here in the United States. But then I go overseas, and apparently there's 4,000 cousins I've never met.
Oh, wow.
But we looked it all up and everything. My son happens to be really good at this. This is kind of what he did in school. But he looked it all up. Yeah, we're sort of like the lost family that somebody came over here, met somebody else who had just come over here and made us. And they were all like single kids. My parents were only children. Both my parents' were only children. It was very singular going back.
Wow.
It was kind of unusual in that way. So, and I'm the last Stewart over here. There's no one after me. There's a son, but he doesn't have the last name of Stewart anymore. So I'm the last actual Stewart for our family in the U.S.
Sounds like it could be like an epic movie. Like the last Stewart.
I don't know about that. I think they were all boring people. I wasn't related to anybody important.
I was. Like, my 24th great-grandfather was Robert the Bruce. You know, that asshole who killed Braveheart?
Oh, yeah.
I was so mad. But, I also know they probably didn't tell 100% truth in that. But I was like, damn, I got traitor family.
No, we can look back on census and stuff like that. All of my ancestors were farmers and boring people and just people who just lived.
Well,
I'm the weirdest one. I'm the one that did something people heard of.
Well, that's very cool, though.
Yeah.
I was here for the royalty.
Related to somebody or something like that. I'm not really.
After generations of boring people, you were blessed with creativity.
Yeah, look at you now, man. Look at you now, dude.
All my family is quite creative. My parents were creative. My sister was just like me. She played music. She did child acting. I did too. Her sons, who are my 3 nephews, they all majored in music. 2 of them got scholarships. One's a band director. So it's all in my family, but.
So they're not boring. How could you say they were boring?
Well, they're not boring. They themselves are not boring. No, I'm talking about, when I said that, I meant my ancestors were all just
the ancestors were boring.
Farmers and, people who grew potatoes and stuff.
The potato farmers.
Yeah, they were all potato farmers. they were, you know about the sheep, don't you? The man was in, so in Scotland, there's a lot of sheep herding going on back in the day. So, but in the small towns, like, so a man was brought in who,
I don't know where this is going, but we're talking about sheep in small towns.
Yeah, so this man was brought into court, and the judge said, "Okay, so we heard that you had sex with a sheep. Is this true?" Oh, yeah. He said yes, and he looks at the jury and he shrugs. And the jury they're all people. They're all the neighboring farmers, and whatever. And he said, "So tell us what happened. Speak for yourself. Tell us." And he said, "Well, I was on the mountaintop, and everything. Wind was blowing, and it's lonely up there." And he goes, "And this one was looking at me, and she laid down, and I was a bit chilly, so I went over and laid down next to her and thought maybe I could get warm. And then she turned around and faced me, and then she kissed me." And one of the jurors was hard to remark, "Oh, a good sheep will do that."
What the hell?
Wow.
We'll end the joke there.
Oh, I knew that's where we were going with this.
He's going to get off.
I thought he already did.
From the jury.
Well, guys, I cannot wait to see you guys at the show, and we are looking so much forward to it, man. I'm about out of questions. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Yes, be there. October 8th, Lexington, Tennessee Metal Devastation Fest. It's going to be a great time for all.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you two for putting this thing on and letting us be a part of it. I want to thank y'all very much, and I really can't wait to see other people out there. Come up and see me at the Black Doomba table. Say hello. I'll probably be hanging out there most of the time when I'm not on the stage playing.
We will be there.
It's going to be great, man. Thank you so much, Zach.
Thank you.
Putting this thing on. For sticking your necks out. You don't even know if it's... when people do stuff like this for the first time, they don't even know if it'll work. They're just going to try.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying and hoping.
Yeah. So please, if you're hearing this, please come out and support this.
And order your T-shirts online. Do the drop shipping so you can get one of the first T-shirts for this. I'm gonna order online so that I don't have to cart this stuff back there.
Yeah, I'd
rather have it shipped to me.
I'm gonna go ahead and get something. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Super excited to meet you guys.
Yep. Can't wait to see you guys in person.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. What I'm going to do now is going to play some more Dire Wolf for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Hell yeah.
All right, man. We'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
There you have it, folks. Tommy Stewart from Dire Wolf and fucking Black Doomba Records, and Grave Next Door, Patrick and Raven on the show with me with the